name is Julie, and I am creating this tutorial on how to make this worry stone pendant out of clay. So this is the clay that I use. It is Sculpey Primo. This is probably the best clay to use for this project. You do have to bake it in an oven, which is kind of a pain, but the instructions are on the back of this. Basically, you bake it at 275 for about 20 minutes or so. So what you want to do is you want to pick out a couple of colors. I'm going to pick green, white, at least 2 colors, but we'll do 3 for this. So a little bit goes a long way, but here's one little chunk. And now this clay is kind of hard. It's going to take a little bit of softening in your hands, but oh, this one has glitter in it. That's cool. I didn't even know. So take your little pieces. I mean, see, they're about the size of my finger. You'll want to just squeeze them, kind of knead them to warm them up and make them a little bit more pliable. This stuff does leave a little bit of a residue, so make sure you have a surface that, you know, is easily cleanable. It will probably leave a little bit of dye on your hand. So for that reason, I'm actually going to start with the lighter color first, so I don't get the darker color on it. But I think one of the best ways to soften this up is to kind of make it into, I call it a snake. So it doesn't really matter how long, but what I'll do is I'll make one out of each color. And I mean, there's really no way to mess this up. I do it this way just because it makes a pretty cool effect on the stones when it's done. So I've just, over time, this is the way to get the coolest effect. This one's a little bit more hard than the others, but so I'm gonna try to do them all like even lengths just because. So I'm going to put them together like this, and then I'll make one big snake. This is just getting the colors to kind of, we want them to mix, but not like too much. Like, I don't want to make gray with the black and white. I want it to look kind of swirly. So one way to do this is you can kind of fold it in half and twist it. It's one way to get some nice colors in there. And do it again, kind of almost looks like a candy cane. You can do it longer. I really like the ones that have glitter in it. It just makes it more interesting to look at. Now this is kind of, I mean, this is just fun for kids to do in the room. You can talk while you're doing this. I definitely think there's a therapeutic purpose in just, you know, having something to manipulate in your hands and kind of relaxing for many people. You know, just the power of creating something. Okay, so this, I'm guessing, will probably make 3 worry stones. I've just kind of over time been able to gauge. I mean, that's probably enough for 3. So what I'll do is I'll coil each of these, and I'm going to make it into like a snail shape. Oh, this one looks really cool. I like how that is blending. I'll do this one. I'm not going to do all of these just for the sake of time, but I'll roll it, and then I take it and I kind of roll it into a ball. Okay, and then what I tell kids is, like, just look for a cool spot on it, a spot that you might want to be the top. That looks pretty cool to me. It almost looks like a eyeball or something. I don't know. I like it. So I'm going to take my finger, push a little hole in it. You can use your thumb. You can use your pinky if you're trying to make a smaller one. But I kind of rub it a little bit just to get the ridges out of your, you know, it almost leaves a fingerprint. And then I kind of move it up like this. And then you're done. I mean, that's all it takes. And then what you can do is you can just do it just like that and bake it, or you can take one of these little, I forget what they're called, eye hook maybe, and I will put a link to this in the video so that you know where you can find this, but I just shove it right in there, and then you can bake it just with the hook in there, and then you can get some string. I really like the elastic string because it's just easier to tie, and you know, kids can get it over their head. But so bake this in your oven according to the directions on your package. See, mine says, this is probably upside down for you, 275 or for 30 minutes per a 1/4 inch of thickness, and this is probably about a 1/4 inch. You can get like a toaster oven and do it in a toaster oven, but I would, it does kind of give off a weird fume if you're doing a lot of them. Maybe I don't know, just make sure it's like well ventilated. Use your fan in your house. But so yeah, I usually have kids make these, and then the next day that they're in, you know, maybe it's a week later, they come and they get it and they put it on a string, and kids just love to wear them. Oh, another tip is when you take it out of the oven, these can, for some reason, they get kind of loose when they're baked, but you can just give it a couple twists to tighten it so that it doesn't come out as easy. And now it's very in there very well. So I like these multi-packs. You can get these at Walmart. I mean, they're probably like $3 for a package, but you know, just that tiny little bit that I took is gonna make a few. So I always have a bunch left over. So I hope you like this activity. I've, you know, making this video because so many people had questions about it. Oh, I also have made up, I got this, made this little thing to put in it so kids know how to use the Worry Stone. So I will link that in the comments as well. Thank you very much.